So it's day one of this amazing job. We have got to make this tired old shop front look completely different, rip all the cladding off and give it a massive facelift. So we're going to show you exactly how we do that in this video by clearing all of this and making it look rather special. So step one, ripping it all down. That's the first thing we're going to show you cracking on with. Crack on with the battening, which is 2x1 timber softwood, which will be put every 400 across these timbers, and then that will allow us to get on with the real nice fun part of this job, the composite cladding in this nice brown colour, which is stunning. And we do have some L trims for all the corners and edges. So this is the fun part. We're hopefully going to have, fingers crossed, a good day getting all this on. Another day and it is absolutely freezing. But it's an exciting start to the day because we get to rip down this main section here. This is the third panel on this whole front already. We've done two, which look absolutely stunning. Some real tricky cuts. We've had to get around the vents, the smaller boiler vent, the security camera sensors back on. So that is all looking amazing. Needs some trims, and we're going to change that pipe down there also as well. But then that now will be this section here. Take the sign off and make the front of this shop actually start to look really nice. This is a part of the job that not everyone will tell you, but behind this wall here, some people might love this, some people might hate this. This vent here, there's a calf the other side of this. So full English breakfast, bacon, the whole lot. Every single minute of this job so far, all I can smell is bacon. And I am a person who loves calves, but this right now...
Hey, what's that smell?
It's debatable, so not too sure about this, but we're still cracking on. You can see the sun's out, the sun is shining, and I am extremely happy because we've got all of this section on, and we are now just finishing with the boxing in at the top. A little bit messing around, but shouldn't take us too long. You can see all the trims on, looking stunning. We've done all this timber cladding at the bottom to blend in with the original build, just to sort of carry the theme across, so we knew exactly where we were for the straight line. So we've just finished all of our cladding now, and then we are on to this boxing in part. As you can see here, I'm just sanding this part down ready, which will be painted up. We use this black paint here, protect this one, it goes up, and then we can make a nice little boxing in across the top, a little soffit and a fascia. And then once it's in, what we haven't done yet though is got a measurement to have actually some metal trims made up to sit over the top and run it back into the guttering. But that is where we're up to now, so it's going really well. This has been one of my favourite parts of the job so far. We've had some absolutely amazing lads, which we will show you in the video, who've come in and resprayed all of this aluminium from white to this real nice black to tie with the rest of the building. Now it's just down to us to clean all the windows down, get everything ready, all the stickers removed, ready for some vinyl advertisement boards just to go on here to really give it that sign of pop. So this is the original entrance, which is going to become the exit, and we're going to show you down the bottom the brand new entrance that we're going to build next. Entrance which I am stood in currently. You can see we've got the posts in, but this is going to be a mega big pergola structure all the way around me. So that is this side fencing done, almost 17 metres of this brand new composite cladding with a nice little trim detail at the top and gravel boards at the bottom, a little bit of snag at the bottom to do, but apart from that, this fencing is pretty much done. And we've added in some real nice little bits for these little mitre details, a little overhang. Hopefully we can get an LED sign in there. And then some brand new entrance signs on this fence here, which will really make this stand out then. We've cut ourselves through the original fencing because all of this garden centre is going to come through this way. But I'm currently stood under this timber structure here, which we're going to make this amazing, stunning timber pergola entrance to really give this garden centre the wow factor coming through. So that's it now. All four posts are in. We've got these massive big structural beams across the top as well, which is going to take all the weight from the roof span going that way. And the next plan is to start cutting it all in and getting all of this pitch roof ready to roll for some tiles. So we're going to show you how we do that now. Right, so it is a new day. We couldn't get much recording done yesterday due to the weather. We were absolutely drenched. We were just soaked through for hours yesterday, so it was constant. But we thought we'd jump in and show you where we got to, putting these beams on after we'd found the angle and how we actually set these out ready to mark them up. So we'll jump on and show you that now. So this is one of the 6x2 timbers that we've been using. This one is our template. So you can see we've got our little bird's mouth notched out of there. And then we've got our angle on here, which is 30 degrees, I think is set at the chop saw. I'll show you now. We use this as a template. We just overlay it on the next timber. Simply just pencil around, mark it out, cut it up, and then straight up, nice and easy. So just make sure we put that on there. Flush there. Flush that in. There might be other ways of doing it, but this is the way we really like doing it, because we get the bang on cut every time. And simply mark around that. Pick that one up, and then we'll now cut them out. I'll do the big angle on the chop saw, and then I'll do that with the circle. So that's the first cut, which we do on the chop saw, so we get a nice clean cut, straight line, and I think we're set at 31 degrees on that for this pitch of the roof. And then now I'll get the circular saw out and chop the bird's mouth out. Right, so that is all of our structural timbers in now. It looks amazing, and it is super, super strong, which we're really happy with. The next part is now we are going to clad this roof. We're going to be using like a gravel board. So we underside here, we still see a timber effect roof. And then on the outside, customers opted for a felt roof. Might try and make him go for like a felt shingle. We'll see how we get on with that. So that's the next part now we're going to crack on with. All of the roof has been now cladded on top. So we've used a 6x1 timber gravel board, worked our ways all the way up to the top point, and then just cut a thin groove all the way across the top. That's all done, which is really nice, and I'm glad to be off the roof, to be honest with you. And then my next stage is now, I just want to start working out fancy detail for these end bits here. And I just, by hand, I don't know if you can see on there, I just drew quickly by hand, a little detail down there, and then I want it sweeping. So I want a square line coming off, and a bit of like a nice S, to really throw a nice bit of detail into this pergola. And then we'll try and relate it up at the apex. It's some type of curve at the top, tie it all in nice. So that's my next job now. I'm going to jigsaw, well, hand saw down so far to keep it square, and then use a jigsaw to sort the rest out. So that's the plan. We'll see how we get on with this. So that's my first effort at that, and so far I'm really pleased. So all I'll do now is give these edges a bit of a sanding, and then just try and smooth out, bevel it in a bit so it looks a bit more natural. But apart from that, I'm really pleased. I'll save that as my template, and I'll cut all the rest out. So just going to quickly show you how simple and easy it is to actually use this composite cladding. You can see down here, you've sort of got like the male and female joins on it. So then you just simply put them in. So you imagine now this is on your wall, and then you'd get your screw, which we use these torque composite screws. You screw them in. They hide in the groove so you don't see any of it, so it's a secret fixing. And then once that's in, you grab your next board with like the male, slot it in, and that is it. As simple as that, and that's that done. So we're back another day, and the weather took a huge turn on us and actually dropped and was really cold and freezing on us. We've done a lot of details finishing off around the back of the pergolas, trellis, all real nice like finishing bits to make it look smart. And then we started the brand new, biggest pergola I think we've ever got involved in built. It was a huge walkway. And you can see us here, we had to use bolt down Met posts. Something that we don't use, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, a perfectly good reason though, as there's a major gas main down here, and this was all planning would allow us to do. So the first stage was setting them out, running the lines and bolting everything through. You can see here we were spacing every beam out 3.6 between each run. And then all we had to do then was just line them all up, chop them all to size, and then fix them all. And we put a nice little detail in the end. See that nice little 45, just sanded in. This run was huge. This literally took the whole length of the garden centre up. So as you come in, it started to really feel grand now from top to bottom. Just as we thought everything was going so well, typical, the weather just kept raining and it was miserable, and we ran out of timber. So one thing you got to do when you run out of timber is call the main man. And just like that, the main man appears. A fellow Bristol lad running his timber yard, and there's his pet. So you can see just all we needed was the last bits of timber from him to finish this big old pergola walkway up, and had it done. And he's off. Nice and easy. So then now you can start to see a bit of better weather as well on this one, but we can actually see the scale of this pergola and walkway. It is huge. Leads us into our next section here, which really then, once all the timber work was finished, we could crack on with shingling this roof. Finally got a customer to say yeah to the shingles rather than the plain old felt. Really easy stuff to use. peel the back off, tack it down, done. Cutting it all up nice with the multi-tool and trimming it was a really good way to use this actually. And we think it looks really, really smart. Hardest thing about this was actually sitting on the roof because it has got a bit of a pitch. And I'm not very good with heights, to be honest with you. So now you get to see the front of it. That is us for this episode. And we really hope you've enjoyed watching it. So stay tuned because we will be back in the garden centre on the next one. And don't forget to drop us a like and a comment.